Welcome to The Score, the free epicenter of local high school sports. We've got it all, so don't miss out. Brace yourself for fierce competition, highlights, and unforgettable moments, all brought to you by Central Maine Community College. More than just a community college, over 40 academic degrees and certificates. One of the lowest tuition rates in New England. Just go to cmcc.edu. Central Maine Motors Auto Group in Waterville, the dealer with no dock fees, where cars and trucks cost you less. Online at cmautogroup.com. Hammond Lumber Company, serving Maine and New Hampshire from 22 locations. Your building project partner, hammondlumber.com. Midstate Machine. Looking for a career? Check out the Machinist Development Program at midstateusa.com. Also brought to you by Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Sales and service by a family that cares. Somerset Stone and Stove, offering quality gas, pellet, and wood stoves and hardscape products. 201 Tire, Battery, and Service, your tire and battery experts on the Augusta-Vassalboro line. PJ Diggs, the excavation pros. If it's dirt, they do it. Renewal by Anderson, award-winning replacement windows and doors. Schedule your free consultation today. Assistance Plus, providing home care, behavioral health, and developmental services. Together, we can make a difference. Computer Improvements, Water Street, Skowhegan, your headquarters for computer maintenance. Dixon's Country Market in Benton, with 24-hour diesel service and the best takeout food around. And by Casella Waste, for your residential and commercial trash pickup. Now, let's go live to Mike Violet and AJ Knight.
Good evening and welcome to Folsom Gym in Fairfield, where, as usual, it is loud enough to wake the dead here tonight. The Mount Blue Cougars, the #1 team in Class A Boys North in town, to take on the Lawrence Bulldogs. I'm Mike Violet, he's AJ Knight. Sean Packard is here doing our graphics, and Chaz Wing is our cameraman here tonight for this one. And a game for the Mount Blue Cougars, AJ, that represents their first game since they lost their first game of the year last week in a game we had on the score to the Messalonskee Eagles. Meanwhile, the Lawrence Bulldogs in that number 7 spot in the latest heel points. They're probably going to make the tournament, but a win tonight would be huge in a lot of ways, not the least of which would be to assure that they're going to go to the tournament.
Yeah, for Mount Blue, I think it's a case, right, where it's definitely a game you don't want to stew on or have a week off to think about, but at the same time, they had played 3 games in 4 days, so a much-needed week off for the Cougars, for Lawrence. Yeah, I think solidifying your spot. Also, potentially, maybe that 6-7 spot, 5 to a certain extent, but that 6-7 spot still very much fluid, so a win could elevate you past maybe missing one of the big 3 teams in the opening round, which would not be a bad thing either. So
exactly, and of course for Mount Blue, last time out in the loss to Messalonskee, 65-47. That was the bad news. The good news was Evan Sterling became a member of the 1,000 Points Club, scoring his 1,000th point in that game. He also was a little beat up and actually didn't play much of the fourth quarter because he had a little ankle thing going on. So talking to Coach Troy Norton today, he said it's been very good for us to have a week off. Any and all little aches and pains have all healed up. So Mount Blue, first time out in a week. Let's see if they have any after effects of the loss and any rust to kick off as well. For Lawrence, last time out was a loss to Hamden Academy. There's no shame there. They lost to the number 2 Broncos 46-34. AJ, we've been here several times, seen Lawrence several times, and they just have a hard time finishing games. They've had a lot of games of the 8 that they have lost that they very easily could have won.
Yeah, every loss by 13 points or less, 4 of them by single digits. We had the overtime game here against Messalonskee. We've had both games against Messalonskee. Lawrence was up early in that one, and then Jacob Moody and Sam Doobie specifically went on a massive run to put that one away early in the season opener. Even the Skowhegan game, which was a 24-point win, that was tied going to the last quarter, and then Dane Salstufsky and, of course, Gavin Lunt go bonkers in the fourth quarter and make that one a big win. But we've seen them. I think they have a very good top 8 to their roster, I think they can compete with anyone, but they've just struggled to close out games.
Exactly. They've got all the talent. It's just been a matter of finishing off. And tonight would be a great night to finish off a victory. I asked Jason Pellerin earlier today by text about how you go about defending Evan Sterling. He said we're going to try some different looks tonight, and one thing we'll try to do is see if we can slow him down with some height. So we'll see if they get people like Brandon Watson on him, or Lucas Proctor, or maybe Zeb Hanna, although Hanna would be a long shot because he can't keep up with him quickness-wise. So let's see if they can slow Sterling down. Sterling had a rough night the night that he scored his 1,000th point. He actually started very slowly and only had 3 free throws for points 997, 998, and 999 before he finally hit a field goal in the second quarter to give him 1,000 points. I think he finished with 17, but man, it was a struggle to get those 17.
Yeah, Mesolonsky used length against him. Reynolds guarded him a good chunk of the night. Obviously, having Merrick Smith parading in the post doesn't hurt either. But I think that the other thing is Coach Norton made a point in his pregame notes with us ahead of that Mesolonsky game, saying that not only do they have a great player in Sterling, which they absolutely do, but as I pointed out in the pregame, in the 5 previous games, they had 9 total double-digit scores in those 5 total games. And so the other companions had come along and contributed, whereas
AJ's fighting it, so
thank you.
I'll pick it up here.
As I say, against Mesolonsky, the rest of the team struggled to contribute.
And I also had an email exchange with Troy Norton this morning, and the first thing he emphasized, other than the fact that we've had a week off and some of our aches and pains have healed up, is how happy that Evan Sterling was to have that 1,000-point behind him and in the rearview mirror. And finally, he finished up with, we've got to get back to our strengths, and that is defense and rebounding. We're a very good defensive team and a very good rebounding team. We've got to do that tonight. And he closed with, I know it's crazy to say when you're 12-1, but I don't feel like we've played our best basketball yet this year. That ought to be scary to everybody else in the KVAC and Class A North. So Lawrence at 6-8 and Mount Blue at 12-1, ready to get at it. It's boys basketball tonight on The Score, and the opening tip is next.
For us, it's a family business that is steeped in tradition. You know, our relationship with Waterville goes back a long ways. Over the years, we've been fortunate enough to grow, and we've been able to grow with the town. We look at the work that we do as something bigger than just the sale of a car or the servicing of an automobile. We're here to be a part of something bigger than just ourselves by giving back to the community with our time and our energy, because it's all about taking care of people.
Central Maine Community College in Auburn. Over 40 academic degrees and programs recognized as some of the best in the United States. Nursing, criminal justice, forensic, psychology, IT, education, culinary arts, and so much more. Offering one of the lowest tuition rates in New England. Plus, a top-seeded national champion producing athletics department. Central Maine Community College in Auburn. Find your passion. Go to cmcc.edu.
Looking to begin or further your career in manufacturing and don't know where to start? Midstate Machine is in need of CNC machinists at our Winslow facility, where we manufacture components for some of the most exciting industries: aerospace, defense, power generation. I'm Jeremy Stanford, manufacturing manager, and I personally want to invite you to come learn about the great pay and benefits Midstate Machine has to offer. To apply, visit midstateusa.com. That's midstateusa.com, an equal opportunity employer. Come grow with us.
When it comes to your family's winter safety, 201 Tire Battery and Service and Nokian Tires has your back with a Hakkapeliitta R5. These Nokians are pure safety, offering comfort plus increased range for electric vehicles and hybrids. Get your Nokian Hakkapeliitta R5s at 201 Tire Battery and Service, your complete auto center. Mechanics you can trust, Nokian Tires to keep you safe on the road. Your safety team is Nokian Tires and 201 Tire Battery and Service, Route 201 Vassalboro.
Welcome to Sparkling Ice. All right, team, another fruitful day at Sparkling Ice. Orange mango, how's it looking? Big and orange. Poetry. Vitamins and antioxidants, talk to me.
Hi.
good talk. Strawberry lemonade, how is it flowing?
We have achieved Class 5 flavor rapids!
Love it. Bottle it. Sparkling ice, anything but subtle.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of their locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Manchester Motors is your official Coyote tractor dealer. If you work the land, you just got to be a jack-of-all-trades type. There's just too much to do. So if you got to be a welder, or a farmer, or a ditch digger, that's just who you are that day. Then tomorrow, you can be somebody else. Find your Coyote tractor at Manchester Motors, 1031 Western Avenue, Manchester.
Do you need to replace your old, worn-out windows? Then you need to call Renewal by Andersen today. We're the replacement window division of Andersen, which means you can get your project started right away by scheduling a free in-home consultation. Ask your consultant about pricing options, including our 1-year price lock guarantee quote. Call now to schedule your free design consultation. This fantastic money-saving deal with great financing ends soon. Installation is always included. Call now.
I came for a visit and I just fell in love with it.
They just want to see you be you and just excel.
There's a lot of opportunities here.
It really gives me time to figure out what I want to do with my life.
It's a good stepping stone to get to where you want to be.
The tuition is definitely part of what brought me here.
You know, credits transfer, that's huge, especially for a community college when you're trying to figure out what you want.
CM's the best place. Honestly, it's the best place. You got to be here to experience it.
At PJ Diggs, they know septic systems. Maybe your existing system is failing or it's a new house lot. You need new installation. Call PJ Diggs. They can bring their site evaluator to design the right septic system. Headed to camp? Ditch the outhouse for a newly installed system. How about a septic system for your campsite? Imagine your own private campground. Already have a septic design? PJ Diggs can install it for you. Call 431-4299. That's 431-4299. At PJ Diggs, they know septic systems. 131 Hinkley Road, Canaan.
Mike Violet, AJ Knight, and our score crew back here live at Folsom Gym in Fairfield. Starting lineups: Evan Sterling, 6'3" senior. He is the point guard. Tyler Abel, their second guard. He is 6'1" and a junior. And Carter Norton, their third guard. He's 5'8" and a junior. Up front, Charles Stevens, 6'2" senior. Nolan Lesso, a 6'1" junior for the Lawrence Bulldogs. They will go this way. Cole Curian is a 5'9" junior. He is one guard. Dane Zaustowski, the Z-Man, a 6-footer. He is their second guard. Up front, Michael Hamlin, 6'1" junior. Gavin Lunt, 6'1" senior. Brandon Watson in the middle, 6'4" and a senior. It is Watson and Sterling on the tap. And we are set to go. Lawrence going left to right, Mount Blue right to left. And it's time for basketball from Fairfield. The tap controlled by Mount Blue. Here is Abel, picked up by Lunt. Now a switch off as Hamlin picks him up. Foul line left extended now to Norton. Norton drifts over to the right. Foul line right to Abel. Bombs away for three right out of the gate. No good. Zaustowski with the rebound. One and done for Mount Blue on their first possession. Zaustowski on the weave to Lunt in the corner for Hamlin. Hamlin baseline right there. Wide open. Watson for two. Nice pass from Michael Hamlin to Watson. They connected on the football field. They connect here on the hardwood tonight in Fairfield. 2-0 Lawrence. Sterling with 1,000 points. Whips it back up top now to Lesso. Lesso was great in the Messalonsky game. Left side, Norton for three. No good, way off. Rebound snagged by Lunt. Lead pass to Watson. Slows it up, hands to Curian. Curian dribbles out of pressure from the paint, now back outside. Gets it again after Hamlin gave it up. Z for three. It is way off. He'll keep chucking it up there, though, as he should. Here's Lesso. Lesso all the way! Nolan Lesso ties it up at two. Very athletic move from Nolan Lesso. He of the headband tonight. Right side, Lunt. Lunt back up top to Zaustowski, beats Sterling. Can they take advantage? Right side, Watson, not really. Lunt drives in, jump step, runner short, front rimmed it, rebound cleared by Stevens. Evan Sterling, 2-2. Over the timeline, whips it over on the right side to Norton. Norton back up top to Lesso. Lesso, left side, behind to pick. Abel, corner, 3 ball, no good, a little bit long. Lunt with a rebound. Abel with a hand in there, and it's out of bounds. They say off Abel. It'll go to Lawrence. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Central Maine Community College in Auburn. Find your passion. Go to cmcc.edu.
It's okay to do a wider shot.
Here's Kirian on the weave to Lunt. Circles around, hooks a pass to Watson. Watson got hit, and a foul called on Charles Stevens. It'll be a possession foul. Nope, it won't be. It'll be a shooting foul. I take that back.
Interesting. I wouldn't have thought that was shots. I think for Lawrence, I know it's not really their game, but again, Mount Blue a week off is going to be able to be fresh because they don't play deep. They maybe go 7, maybe.
Watson at the line, front rimmed it. Mount Blue with the best defense in the KVAC, allowing only 47.4 points a game. Those stats current a couple of games ago.
And that was Stevens picked up that foul, but not Lawrence's game, but I think you want to go inside with Hannah, with Watson, with Proctor.
3-2, Lawrence by 1. Zaustowski guarding Sterling, coming out to trap Watson, right side Norton. Norton shovels off in the pivot for Stevens, back outside Norton for 3. No good, rebound, batted around right there, Lesso. Man, Nolan Lesso has really developed into an outstanding player. 4-3 on the putback by Lesso. Mount Blue by 1 on the weave to Lunt. Lunt on the elbow to Watson, back to Lunt. Gavin open, left it a little bit left of the rim, and the rebound is cleared by Stevens. 4-3, Mount Blue by 1. Cougars with the ball, 5:15 to go in the first. Lesso beats Zaustowski, then he gets blocked by Zaustowski. Loose ball to Lunt. Lunt, a stutter step, goes up on Lesso, pulls back, fadeaway pop, no. And Gavin Lunt off so far tonight. The rebound is cleared by Sterling. Evans over the timeline. Wearing the number 1. Ball is tipped out of bounds by Zaustowski right into the lap of his coach. And it'll be a Mount Blue ball on the left sideline in the front court. Tyler Abel will put it into play. 4-3 Mount Blue. Abel to Sterling. Sterling guarded by Watson. Steps back, launches a 3, and there it is. Evan Sterling. The 3 is good. It's 7-3. Mount Blue by 4. Kirian to Hamlin. Hamlin holds, hands to Zaustowski. A stutter step. Dane goes in. The runner got it. 7-5. Mount Blue by 2. 4:20 to play in the first. Glad you're with us tonight here on The Score, live from Folsom Gym in Fairfield. Foul line right, Abel. Abel on the cut to Sterling. Sterling got it. Little 5-foot pop there by Evan Sterling, 9-5. Mount Blue back on top by 4. Tucker Fitch at the scorer's table. The sophomore is going to come in. Z for 3, no. Rebound Lesso, tipped it. It goes out of bounds off Lunt. And here comes Fitch, who will come in for Norton. So Fitch, a 5'7 sophomore, in for Norton, the 5'8 junior. And here is Evan Sterling, guarded by Zaustowski now. Sterling on the right to Abel. Abel to the elbow. Lesso launches for 3. No good. Rebound is boxed around. Watson comes away with it. Took it away there from Fitch. To Zaustowski for Kirian. Great athletic play there by Sterling, who went down hard. And his coach brings him back up. Yeah, you're going to help that guy up. And Sterling no worse for the wear. Great defensive play and hustle by Evans. Here's Hamlin on the right. Kicks it into Kirian. Cole over the timeline. Picked up by Fitch. Stops, elbow pop by Kirian off. Lawrence has been really off from the floor. And Stevens clears the rebound. Gives it up now to Sterling. 3:20 to go in the first. It's 9-5 Mount Blue. Feeling out process definitely going on the right. Stevens hands to Sterling. Sterling guarded by Hamlin, overplayed him to the outside. He goes baseline, can't use it. Inside baseline, Lesso missed. Threw it up a little bit off. And Lunt with the rebound. Kurian to Zaustowski on the right. Back up top to Kurian, now to Lunt. Lunt to Zaustowski. Tries to go on Sterling, fakes one way, nothing the other way. Back foul line left now to Lunt. Lunt in the corner, Kurian for three, no good. High rebound, and it's cleared by Stevens. Lawrence one and done a lot.
And both these teams play a little bit smaller lineup, right? Maybe a forward and kind of four guards.
Here's Fitch. Pop out up top, Stevens. Steal, Hamlin. All alone, goes under, up, and he missed the shot. Great hustle by Abel to come back and disrupt it. And then Zaustowski, in frustration, commits a foul. Now, Lawrence looked like they were going to have a layup. No dice, Tyler Abel. Not only did he get back in the play and disrupt the shot, he didn't commit a foul.
That was a great job. And then Z-Man, him and Lunt cannot afford to have to sit because of foul trouble.
Proctor and Zeb Hanna come in, so we have two Z-men in the game for Lawrence. Z-Man 1 and Z-Man 2. Dane Zaustowski will be Z-Man 1, and here's Sterling, finger roll drive, no. His own putback, no good. Rebound now Stevens. Stevens back up top for Greenlaw, traveled or carried. Josh Greenlaw just in the game, the 5'9 senior turns it over. And Lawrence's ball here with 2:08 left in a sluggish offensive first quarter for both sides. Here's Kurian. Picked up by Fitch. Beats him on the dribble. Goes in, leans in, hits. Nice move by Cole Kurian, 9-7. It's a 2-point game. 1:50 to go in the first. Number 1 against number 7 in the latest deal points. Sterling. And Yuppie double dribbled. Was gonna, I think, or at least was thinking about firing up a three, backed off on that, and then commits a double dribble. And the Rowdies letting him have it. Over the timeline, Cole Kurian. Steps back, hands it off now to Hamlin. Hamlin trying to go on Greenlaw. Hamlin goes in, stops on the block, shut off by Greenlaw, now to Kurian. Kurian angles in, and he carried it. Thursday night, we're in Oakland, Hamden Academy and Messalonsky. A wing dinger? Could be. Number 2 versus number 3 Thursday night at 6:30. Steal by Kurian. Sterling galloping, and Kurian beats him and ties the game at 9.
Sloppy play from the Cougars, already 4 turnovers.
Sterling. 4 straight points here scored by Lawrence. Left corner, 3 by Fitch. Nope. Rebound. Nice job there by Stevens. Back to Fitch again. He's not bashful. He missed that one. And a rebound to Hamlin. Michael outlets to Kurian. Kurian baseline to Hanna. Hanna over the defense to Zaustowski. 1Z to the other. A pick for him on the roll. Nice job by Zeb Hanna. You cannot execute a pick and roll any better than that right there. That was gorgeous. Z to Z on the pick and roll. A 3 by Fitch, no good. Rebound, Zeb Hanna. The outlet to Kurian. The pass picked up by Sterling, intended for Proctor. Great athleticism by Sterling, and he gets a layup at the other end. And we're tied at 11. Great basketball here in the last minute or so. Jason Pellerin not happy with that, stomping his feet in frustration. Kurian to Zaustowski, 10 seconds. We're tied at 11. Hamlin backs it out, now with 5. Hamlin trying to go there on Greenlaw, lays it up, no good. Rebound knocked around, and that's it. Nothing to choose between Mount Blue and Lawrence at the end of one. The score, Mount Blue 11, Lawrence 11. You're watching and listening to high school basketball on The Score.
Notice the price of gas and oil lately? Thinking about a pellet stove? Pellets are a renewable resource that are economical, and pellet stoves don't have to be ugly or loud. Come talk to us at Somerset Stone & Stove. Let us explain why now is the best time to have your pellet stove installed. Wouldn't you love to have a gas stove or fireplace designed for your home? Let Somerset Stone & Stove design and install a Regency gas stove or fireplace that is just right for you. Let us customize your Regency gas stove or fireplace while you enjoy the beauty and warmth. Visit Somerset Stone & Stove in Oakland.
Casella Waste. You see their trucks everywhere all the time. That's because they're out taking care of customers like you. Roll-off dumpsters, they've got them 15 to 50 yards. And they're in your neighborhood picking up the trash so you don't have to worry about it. Weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly from 2 to 10 yards. Casella Waste will also deliver portable toilets when and where you need them. And they offer septic services. Call to learn more about Casella Waste. 872-8257, 872-8257 for Casella Waste.
Mike Violet, AJ Knight, our score crew back here at Folsom Gym, 11-11 at the end of one. Let's do a game reset brought to you by Midstate Machine. If you're looking for a career, check out the Machinist Development Program at midstateusa.com. Halfway through the first, Mount Blue led 9-5, 6 straight points scored by the Lawrence Bulldogs. They led 11-9, but a late Sterling steal. He tied it with a driving layup at 11. That's where we are right now. Game reset brought to you by Midstate Machine. Here's Kirian. Popping out up top, it's Hamlin. Now to Z. Z for 3 on the way, short. He's been off, and Lesso clears the rebound over Proctor. Here's Sterling. 11-11. Sterling on the right. Hands it off there for Norton. Back in the game. Curls to the top, backs it out, now bounce past to Lesso. Lesso in the corner, Abel in three-point land, now down low to Sterling, and a foul, boy. A foul there on Proctor, didn't look like much. But they ring Proctor up.
Not a lot there. Lucky, I was a little bit curious because Z-Man had kind of swiped in there late, and that was going to be his second, so I was a little bit worried for him.
All right, one Z-Man out. That's Zeb Hanna. He and Proctor are out. Right corner 3 by Abel. Got it. Tyler Abel with a corner 3, 14-11. Mount Blue by 3, 7:15 to go in the first half. Kirian, foul line pop. It's way short. Front rimmed it. Rebound to Sterling. Sterling whips a pass for Abel. Abel under up, knocked away by Kirian. Back outside it goes to Sterling. Sterling for 3, rattles around. Rebound tipped around. Foul line Stevens. Back over to Sterling. Sterling baseline, tries a reverse. Shut off there as helping on that play was Watson. Back to Sterling. Sterling with the ball. Mount Blue leads 3, 14-11. They back off. He doesn't take it. Now to Lesso. Lesso curls in, lays it off for Norton under the basket. Under up. No, or check that. Stevens. And Stevens is fouled on the play. And Charles Stevens is going to the line. 6:40 to go in the first. A low-scoring grinder so far. Here's Stevens. Hits. 15-11. Mount Blue by 4. Charles Stevens, 6'2 senior with one more. Got it. 16-11. Mount Blue by 5. It's their largest lead of the game. Here early on. Zaustowski to the left. Whips a pass to Hamlin. Hamlin faked a 3, didn't take it. Now to Kirian. To the elbow he goes. Now to Zaustowski. Zaustowski a pick from Watson. Can't use it. Steps back. Launches a 3. No good. And the rebound is taken down by Abel. Abel out of the chute right down Broadway, and he over-dribbled, and Zaustowski steals 2-on-1. Kirian over to Lunt. Lunt goes up, and he lays it in over Sterling. Nice finish by Gavin Lunt, who's on the board, and Jason Pellerin quickly off the bench for a 30-second timeout with 6:09 to go in the first half, and Lawrence back within 3, 16-13.
And Mount Blue sloppy with the ball. That's their 5th turnover. This is the, I think, 3rd layup. Should have been 4 with Hamlin's, but a nice finish there by Lunt. Transition very much favoring Lawrence, which is helping them mitigate the fact that Z-Man is ice cold to start.
Yep, and I mean ice cold to start. Tonight's game brought to you by the Central Maine Motors Auto Group in Waterville, the dealer with no dock fees, where cars and trucks always cost you less. Find them online, cmautogroup.com. All right, after the made field goal by Lawrence on the Pellerin timeout, 6:09. Lawrence with a little bit of pressure in the back. Not a whole lot. Pretty hard to press Evan Sterling. Watson, there's the size Jason Pellerin talked about. Watson at 6'4", has the size certainly. The quickness factor, though, definitely the edge for Evan Sterling. That was knocked out of bounds by Lawrence, putting it into play Tyler Abel right in front of the Rowdies over there. Sterling pops out. Evans puts it on the floor. Evans behind the back, drifts in, goes up over Hamlin. He's fouled in one. Well, he went up over Hamlin, but I think it was Watson that ended up with a foul. Nope, it was Hamlin. They ring up Hamlin, so count it and 1. 18-13.
He's just so physical.
He's just so everything.
Yeah, that's true. Good call.
19-13. And Zeb Hanna's coming in for Watson. That's the largest lead, or is he? No, he came in for Hamlin. So you go Watson at 6'4", Zeb Hanna at 6'5", and Mount Blue's gone to a zone? No, they haven't. It's man. Left side, Kyrian. 19-13. Mount Blue by 6, largest lead of the game. Baseline right side, Hanna, and he walked. Looking to dump it off, but kind of came off the floor a little bit. Traveling is called. It'll go to Mount Blue. Lesso will put it into play.
And the kind of a weird lineup for Lawrence, right? Generally, they play one big and roughly 4 guards. Now you got 2 bigs out there.
All right, Sterling trapped. Hands it off to Stevens, back to Sterling, zigzags in. Look at that from Evan Sterling. Wow.
He's already got 12.
Put a star beside that one, and it's 21-13. Sterling gives Mount Blue an 8-point lead. Zaustuski called for an offensive foul as he pushed off on Sterling. And Lawrence got to be careful here. Mount Blue with Sterling can run you right out of the building.
I think they rang up Watson, I think, for the screen.
Really? Okay.
So the scoreboard says. I'm surprised by that, too, because based on the replay, I would have shot push-off.
Stevens up top to Sterling, 21-13. Sterling back outside for Stevens. Stevens going in on Hanna, and they get Hanna a little bit of a hand check, and his coach, Jason Pellerin, signals to him, keep your hands up as you shuffle there.
He had good body position, just be big.
Yeah, and that is 5 fouls on Lawrence, so over the limit. So free throws here for Stevens, and free throws for the rest of the quarter with 4:57 to go. Stevens misses, so that's a thing. Sterling over to talk to Troy Norton.
That's a thing, too, especially when you have someone like Sterling who smells blood in the water.
And Stevens missed them both. Lawrence will take that outlet pass from Hamlin up to Zaustuski. They need to get him cooking. Zaustuski lays it over to Kyrian. Kyrian, foul line left extended, circles back to the top. Now cuts inside, kicks it corner Zaustuski. He got Sterling a mile in the air, turned the shot down, not a Lunt. Lunt goes in, Lunt lays it up. No good, rebound tipped over. Here's Sterling out of the chute. 4 up for Mount Blue. He stops, he pops from 3, no. Rebound Lesso. Lesso back up, no, too hard, rebound Hanna. Outlet pass to Kyrian. Cole stops, fires a 3, left wing, all net from Cole Kyrian, 21-16, and Jason Pellerin up off the bench, happy about that. 21-16, it's 5. 4:05 left in the half. Foul line right, Norton. Norton backs it out on Kyrian. Over it goes to Abel. Now to Sterling, back to Abel. Abel goes in, leans up over Hamlin, missed the shot, rebound boxed around. Abel back with it, and he got it. The stick back, nobody could cover Abel, and he makes it 23-16.
Now Mount Blue's dominating on the glass.
The lead is 7, and that's poked away by Sterling. He can do it all. And the ball loose, Lesso fights for it on the floor. He traveled. Couldn't help himself there. He gets help up from Lesso, or check that from Kyrian, but you figured something like that was going to happen the way that ball was rolling around there. And Lawrence gets it on the turnover. Kyrian lobs it for Hanna. Hanna to Zaustuski. Z to Z. Dane directs some traffic, sends Hamlin to the foul line. Now to Kyrian on the right. Kyrian to Hamlin to the top. Back to Kyrian, foul line right. Now to Lunt. Now to Hamlin on the left sideline. Now to Zaustuski. Now to Lunt on the right. Dropped it, got it back. Zaustuski tries to go to the baseline. Can't. Shut off. Zaustuski for 3. Checked out. That was Lunt who tried to go to the baseline. And Zaustuski is 0 for the game so far. And here's Sterling with the ball. 2:50 to go in the first half. It's 23-16. Mount Blue. Abel Up top to Stevens. Now to Sterling, almost stolen by Zaustowski, but he's beaten by Sterling. The drive no good, and Sterling's going to the line.
There, Hannah again, just a case of, I think he had pretty good position, but he brought his arm down.
All right, at the scores table for Lawrence, Cam Blodgett and Lucas Proctor. First one by Sterling is good. And Lunt and Hannah come out. It's 24-16, largest lead of the game. One more for Evan Sterling. It's good. They lead by 9, they being Mount Blue, their largest lead of the game, and Sterling has been the man tonight. He's got more than half their points. Kirian to Zaustowski. Directs traffic, guarded by Sterling. Now over to Kirian. Kirian fakes. Trying to go here on Norton, back outside. Michael Hamlin fills it from three-point land from the right wing. 25-19, Lawrence back within 6, wide open Abel, he'll take it every time, and it rattles in and out. Rebound tipped outside to Zaustowski. Zaustowski, foul line left, picked up by Sterling, now to Kirian. Kirian on the right to Blodgett. Now baseline is Hamlin. Hamlin backs in, can't use it, shut off there by Abel. Proctor, foul line pop, no good, front rimmed it. Just skimmed the rim, and the rebound is cleared by Stevens. And a timeout by Troy Norton, that is. We'll keep it right here. 6-point game, 25-19 Mount Blue. A minute 49 to go in the first half. Thursday night, Hamden Academy at Messalonski. In boys basketball at 6:30, number 2 versus number 3. That's all. Number 2 versus number 3.
That's all.
And then Friday, we're back here. How about a double dip of Coney Lawrence for you? Girls playing at 5:30, the boys at 7. And then how about a double dip from Farmington on Saturday, huh? How about it, AJ? How about a double dip? Skowhegan at Mount Blue.
Can't wait.
Girls and boys, 4:30 and 7. There'll be a between-game ceremony up in Farmington. So we've got some hoops the rest of the week.
Is that for you? You're from there. I'm assuming that's for you.
Right. Here is Mount Blue with the basketball. Here is Tyler Abel. Abel on the box to Sterling. Sterling leans in over Zaustowski, and right now Evan Sterling is doing it.
He's got 16.
16 of their 27. Whatever Jason Pellerin had in mind defensively to do against Sterling, it's not working. Proctor on the right to Kirian. Kirian guarded by Norton. Kirian, we got a collision, Zaustowski and Sterling, and they call Sterling for the foul? Nope, offense. Ooh. And Jason Pellerin not liking that at all.
I think that's a little bit exaggerated, but Zaustowski didn't put himself in a favorable position. He's got his hand outstretched, as you see from the replay. I can show you one more time here. You got that arm outstretched, and then Sterling hits the deck. That's what the ref sees. There's a flop there, but you're not doing yourself a favor.
Right. All right, up over the timeline, Tyler Abel, Mount Blue by 8. Looking to get it to double digits for the first time. On the pop-out, foul line left, it's Norton. Norton drives, jump step stripped away there by Cole. Kirian, good defense by Cole. And it'll be an inbounding situation for the Cougars. Carter Norton will put it into play. Norton lobs to no one. Stevens runs out and gets it, flips it over to Sterling. Sterling on Zaustowski. Jump pass to Stevens, going to the basket, reverse, no. Stevens got his own rebound, then it was taken away, goes to Blodgett. Now to Zaustowski, 50 seconds to go in the first half. Right side, Kirian. Up top to Zaustowski. Over to Proctor. Proctor, 4-3. Got it! Lucas Proctor.
How about
27 to 22.
How about shooting that with conviction? He had no doubt coming off that curl. He was letting that one fly.
All right, Sterling doubled on the right to Abel. It's almost picked up by Kirian, but Lesso goes in, dumped it off for Stevens. He can't handle it. And Lawrence will have an opportunity here to wait for one should they choose to. Well, Jason Pellerin was going to try to get Gavin Lunt in the game, which would have been a good move, but it's too late. So here's Kirian with 20, popping out up top Hamlin. Lawrence down 5 with the ball here, 15 seconds to go in the first half. Kirian up top. Gets the pass from Zaustowski, now with 10. Things begin to move. Proctor with a pick. The roll. There he is with a catch. No, it's no good. He got it up. It would not go down. Sterling, that'll count if it goes. It's way off. And that is the end of that. Lawrence had a nice look at the end, but couldn't get it. But they close it down to 5 after having been down by as many as 9 in the first half. It's halftime, and our score from Folsom Gym in Fairfield, Mount Blue Cougars 27, Lawrence Bulldogs 22. Back after this on Sports Radio 1160 WSKW, The Score.
Over 30 years ago, Paul and John A. Bowen set out on a mission to help aging Mainers stay in their own homes. Assistance Plus grew from their passion, dedication, and integrity where clients come first. Today, Assistance Plus serves not only the elderly, but clients with developmental and behavioral health challenges. Assistance Plus is here for you today and through all points of your life.
Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Dependable sales and service for over 50 years. We are located on the Waterville Road in Skowhegan. Sales and service by a family who cares.
Oh, please start.
You wouldn't allow your car to bypass its maintenance, would you?
Hey, Jen, would you look this up on your computer?
Oh, wish I could. This office computer is so slow.
How about your computer maintenance? Trust the pros at Computer Improvements. They can come on site or stop by, handling general maintenance, antivirus protection, hardware upgrades, and Computer Improvements can set you up with solid-state hardware memory, giving your operating system wicked fast response time due to less moving parts, so your day isn't like this. Contact Computer Improvements to schedule your service today. Computer Improvements, downtown Skowhegan.
Dixon's Country Market on the Neck Road, Benton has it all. Sunoco gas and 24-hour diesel, plus a jam-packed store with what you need to grab and go. And so much succulent food. Huge sandwiches, delicious wraps, and hand-tossed fresh dough-loaded pizza. They have drinks, snacks, fresh meat and cheese in their deli counter, plus local Lively's products that won't cost you a lot of money. And remember those whoopie pies? Delightful, delicious Dixon's Country Market in Benton, supporting local high school sports.
Mike Violet here in the studio where I do opening drive every weekday from 7 until 9 on the Score. And in my hands, I've got a mafia envelope, as I call it, full of University of Maine hockey tickets, men's hockey, women's basketball, and men's basketball that the University of Maine was nice enough to give us to give to you. Very simple process for you to win these UMaine hockey, men's and women's basketball tickets. Go to YouTube, go to Central Maine Sports, our YouTube channel, and subscribe. Once you've done that, send us an email to thescore@centralmainsports.com. That's thescore@centralmainsports.com. That allows us to verify your username, and that officially gets you in to win University of Maine hockey, men's basketball, and women's basketball tickets, all from the place for local sports and your home for University of Maine hockey, women's, and men's basketball. The Score.
For us, it's a family business that is steeped in tradition. You know, our relationship with Waterville goes back a long ways. Over the years, we've been fortunate enough to grow, and we've been able to grow with the town. We look at the work that we do as something bigger than just the sale of a car or the servicing of an automobile. We're here to be a part of something bigger than just ourselves by giving back to the community with our time and our energy, because it's all about taking care of people.
Mike Violet, AJ Knight, and our Score crew back here live at Folsom Gym in Fairfield. Halftime brought to you by Hammond Lumber Company, serving Maine and New Hampshire from 22 locations. Your building project partner is Hammond Lumber. Find them online at hammondlumber.com. It's a 5-point game here at halftime. Mount Blue on top by a score of 27-22, 11-11 at the end of one. Cougars had a 9-5 lead about midway through, but a 6-0 run by Lawrence gave them their first lead before a late Sterling steal and a layup tied it at 11. So we went to the second quarter tied at 11. Mount Blue ran out to an 8-point lead, then a 9-point lead, and then the Lawrence Bulldogs scored 4 in a row to close, and they have it down to 5 here at the break at 27-22. to 22, and Evans Sterling has done the majority of the damage, AJ, for the Mount Blue Cougars.
Yeah, he's got a game-high 16 points. Almost, I want to say a quiet 16 because he's not quiet about it, but it's not like we've seen him where he's got these blocks and these steals and he's a one-man fast break, and that hasn't happened, but he's got 16 points. They have 27 as a team. Lawrence has really struggled to score. I would even argue if you're Lawrence, you actually have to feel pretty good because Gavin Lunt and Dane Zelstusky combined for 4 points at half. I mean, that's not going to happen.
They're lucky to be in it.
And you're down by 5. I'd feel pretty good about that. The thing I think Coach Pellerin's going to be the most upset about is, again, this is a Mount Blue team that doesn't have a ton of size, doesn't play with a ton of depth. They are coming off a week off. But this Lawrence team has bodies that rotate through size-wise. They got beat on the boards 20-10 in the first half.
They're lucky to be within 5.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think they had a little bit better in the transition, made up for a little bit, Cole Curian specifically. But other than that, I mean, they just did not play their game at all.
If you had gotten anything from either Lunt or Zelstusky, you'd probably be in front. As it is, they've gotten virtually nothing, just 4 points combined. And so it's a 5-point game. Lawrence's defense has been okay. Nothing great, but okay. But Evan Sterling, they were going to try some different things, and all of those different things didn't work out very well. Sterling, 16 points, and the rest of the team just 11. But when you got a horse like that, you ride him, even though, as you said, it's kind of a quiet 16 points, if you will. They have the horse, and the horse has gotten the job done here for Mount Blue in the first half.
Yeah, and he's taken Dane Zelstusky, credit to him as well for a good chunk of that first half, so let's credit his quiet first half to Sterling's defense. But, yeah, I mean, all the signs, like you said, Lawrence got beat on the glass 20-10. Free throws were 5 of 7 for Mount Blue to 1 for 2 for Lawrence. Mount Blue did turn the ball over 7 times to Lawrence's 6, but Zelstusky, Gavin Lunt have scored combined 4 points in the first half. That, the free throws, the rebounding, to me, all would say Mount Blue blowout. Like, they're all the factors for a Mount Blue blowout, and instead Lawrence is down 5 at half. And we saw, right, against Skowhegan here in this gym, Dane Zelstusky had no points at half, goes bonkers and scores a game-high 26, and Lawrence wins that game by 24. It was tied in the third quarter against Skowhegan. Mount Blue's a different caliber team, no disrespect to them, but I don't think that Lunt and Z-Man are going to finish combined 4 points at the end of this game, so I think you got to be pleased with that, though you're very unhappy with how you got here.
Lawrence had better hope that that's not the case,
yeah.
That's for sure. All right, coming up Thursday night, number 2 versus number 3 in Class A boys. Northampton Academy will be in Oakland to take on the Messalonskee Eagles. 6:30 Thursday night here on The Score. Then we're back here Friday night for a doubleheader of Coney Lawrence, the girls at 5:30, the boys at 7. And then we're in Farmington on Saturday night for a Skowhegan Mount Blue doubleheader. 4:30 and 7 o'clock game times with a ceremony in between. All coming up here on The Score, our entire schedule at 1160thescore.com, also at centralmainsports.com. Remember, you can go to our YouTube channel at Central Maine Sports. Please subscribe. Find all of our features like Score Lights, our feature that Sean Packard put together on Candace Parent, and much, much more. Again, at Central Maine Sports on YouTube. It's Mount Blue 27, Lawrence 22 at the half. Third quarter action next on The Score.
Central Maine Community College in Auburn. Over 40 academic degrees and programs recognized as some of the best in the United States. Nursing, criminal justice, forensics, psychology, IT, education, culinary arts, and so much more. Offering one of the lowest tuition rates in New England. Plus, a top-seeded national champion producing athletics department. Central Maine Community College in Auburn. Find your passion. Go to cmcc.edu.
Looking to begin or further your career in manufacturing and don't know where to start? Midstate Machine is in need of CNC machinists at our Winslow facility, where we manufacture components for some of the most exciting industries: aerospace, defense, power generation. I'm Jeremy Stanford, manufacturing manager, and I personally want to invite you to come learn about the great pay and benefits Midstate Machine has to offer. To apply, visit midstateusa.com. That's midstateusa.com, an equal opportunity employer. Come grow with us.
When it comes to your family's winter safety, 201 Tire Battery and Service and Nokian Tires has your back with a Hakkapeliitta R5. These Nokians are pure safety, offering comfort plus increased range for electric vehicles and hybrids. Get your Nokian Hakkapeliitta R5s at 201 Tire Battery and Service, your complete auto center. Mechanics you can trust, Nokian Tires to keep you safe on the road. Your safety team is Nokian Tires and 201 Tire Battery and Service, Route 201 Vassalboro.
Mike Violet, A.J. Knight, along with Sean Packard and Chaz Wing, our score crew back here at Folsom Gym in Fairfield, ready to go to the second half. Lawrence down 5, Kurian, Watson, Hamlin, Lunt, and Zaustuski out there for the Bulldogs. Sterling, Abel, Norton, Lesso, and Stevens out there for Mount Blue. It's Mount Blue's ball. They will go from left to right.
Kurian, by the way, was the leading scorer for Lawrence with 7. He was the only player with more than 3 points, but 7 players did score for the Bulldogs.
All right, here's Tyler Abel in the backcourt, guarded by Lunt. Stutter step, he beats him, goes all the way, and missed the shot. Had a great look, and he missed it. Lunt clears the rebound. Zaustuski out of the shoot. Cruises up the right, slows it up, hands to Watson, back to Zaustuski for 3. Look out! Dane Zaustuski nails a 3 to start the third. It's 27-25. And he is capable. We have seen him go off.
Yep.
Stevens has it knocked away by Hamlin. Jason Pellery can't believe that wasn't a backcourt or out of bounds or a carry or something.
I was playing that before the play ended. Let me play that now. Let's see. Here, Mike, you give me your...
Pellerin says backcourt.
I don't think it was tipped.
Right side, Abel for 3, and he gets it right back. 30-25. The Mount Blue lead back to 5, 7:10 to go. Fasten your seatbelts. Mount Blue and Lawrence headed for what could be an epic second half. Kurian for 3. That's no good. Rebound to Stevens. Stevens to Sterling. Evan Sterling, 16 in the first half. Hands it off on the left to Abel. Now to Stevens. Now to Lesso. Lesso just left of the key. Down low to Sterling. Sterling back outside to Lesso. Lesso hands to Sterling. Nope, he takes it inside. The runner got it.
That's a nice little fake there. Got both men going, and he was just at an easy waltz to the basket.
32-25, it's back to 7 for Mount Blue. Kurian, right side, Lunt looking to heat it up, and he certainly didn't there. Missed everything on an air ball long. And the rebound to Abel. Now Sterling over the timeline. Sterling picked up by Watson. To Abel on the right, back to Sterling in the pivot. Fadeaway pop by Sterling, no good. Rebound Zaustuski. Flying through there. Here's Dane up the left. Trying to go on Sterling, picked up by Norton, handed to Kurian, back to Zaustuski. Zaustuski, 3, top of the circle. I said look out, I wasn't kidding. 32-28, he's 2 for 2. From international waters, 6 to start. Here's Sterling on the right. The lead is 4, give and go, back to Sterling, and he got blocked there by Hamlin, but he gets the loose ball and puts it up and in. Great block, but a great display of stick-to-itiveness there by Evan Sterling, 34-28. Mount Blue by 6. Kurian trying to beat Norton, goes in, the shot won't go down. Rebound gobbled up by Lesso. Lesso cruises up the right. Stutter step on Watson, goes in, the leaner, doesn't go. Rebound. 2 men down, it's 4-on-4. Lunt all the way. Lunt hooks it back over. Z for 3. In and out. Place would have gone bonkers if that had gone in. And Lesso, or check that, Stevens up to Sterling, and he saved what would have been a very errant pass. Out of bounds. Oh, to Stevens. Nice pass, and the shot won't go. Rebound Watson. Watson a bouncer ahead to Zaustuski. Zaustuski a stutter step. You know he wants to take a 3. He goes baseline, leans up, doesn't go. He's going to the line.
And that might be more important. We saw in the Skowhegan game, the thing that actually got them going was driving to the basket and getting those and ones. And again, this Mount Blue team, we saw Fitch and Greenlaw in the first half. Fitch is really the only one we've seen consistently. They only really want to play 6 deep.
Right.
Maybe.
Zaustowski misses. Yep, it's not a deep ball club. One more for Zaustowski. Foul was on Abel. The shot is good, and Jason Pellerin wants a full timeout. We'll take it to 4:37 to go into third. Mount Blue by 5. Cougars 34 and Lawrence 29. Back after this on The Score.
Welcome to Sparkling Ice. All right, team, another fruitful day at Sparkling Ice. Orange mango, how's it looking? Big and orange. Poetry. Vitamins and antioxidants, talk to me. Hi. Good talk. Strawberry lemonade, how is it flowing?
We have achieved Class 5 flavor rapids!
Love it. Bottle it. Sparkling Ice, anything but subtle.
And after tonight's game, we will give our Score player of the game a bag of swag, a bag from Central Maine Community College in Auburn, filled with sparkling ice from Valley Beverage of Lewiston and filled with a $25 gift card from Sonny's Pizza in Fairfield. The Score player of the game coming up in the postgame show.
I like to think that's why all the athletes in Central Maine play so hard.
They strive for greatness because of the swag bag.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Filled with CMMC goodies from Central Maine Community College, Valley Beverage with the sparkling ice and the Sonny's Pizza. Yep. Highly sought after.
All the good things you said about black raspberry, too.
Exactly. I love that stuff, man. That's addictive, and it's good for you. That's the thing. It's good for you. The drive. Oh, Abel, nice finish up over Watson. 36-29. It's back to 7 for Mount Blue. Zaustowski to Watson. Not a Lunt. Lunt needs to get it rolling. Lunt goes in. There's one right there. Gavin Lunt. That's one of his signature moves. The left-handed drive to the left. 36-31. Norton to the top. Hands it off to Stevens. Stevens, backdoor tipped away by Hamlin. Loose ball. Curian got it. Trying to get it. And it's a jump ball, and it's going to go to Lawrence on the arrow. Well, that ball got loose, and there were hands all over the place.
Lawrence might have got a break there, because as you saw, one more time, here's the replay kicks in. You're going to see Kirian's foot touch that base. Yeah, his foot was out of bounds.
Zaustowski on the right to Lunt. Now to pop out to Hamlin. Hamlin's also been cold. Up fakes, doesn't take it. Zaustowski blows past Sterling. Fadeaway pop from 15 or about 12 maybe by Z is good. 36-33. Lawrence has closed it down to 3. Sterling drives in. Ball goes off a foot, but it rolls right over to Lesso. Now it's poked away by Zaustowski. 2-on-2 with Curian. Over to Curian. He waits. Over to Z. He waits. Lays it in.
That's just great unselfish basketball right there.
It sure is. Lawrence within 1. 36-35. Zaustowski went for the steal, didn't get it. Sterling got it right back. You better get it if you go for the steal on that.
Yeah, he'll make you pay.
38-35. It is a 3-point game. 2.5 to go in the third. Zaustowski, left corner for Curian. Curian pulls up on a dime and knocks it down. 38-37, it's 1. Sterling with 2:20 to go in the third. Foul line right to Abel. Abel launches from 3, no good. Rebound, Watson. Lawrence can take the lead. They haven't led since 2-0. Got to convert. Inside, and the shot by Lunt is way off. Watson snagged the rebound, but he couldn't stay in bounds. And Gavin Lunt is having one of those nights your mother told you you were going to have.
Yeah, that shot in particular, though, I think we can all agree, not a good idea.
And he comes out, Proctor comes in.
And he not happy. He smacked the seat as he come out.
Yeah, well, don't pull a Zay Flowers and smack the seat and cut your hand like he did in the NFC or the AFC Championship game on Saturday.
Not smart.
Not smart. Also, don't fumble when you're going in for a touchdown. Sterling, oh my God, the body control there by Evan Sterling. Epic. Not many can make that move. 40-37.
He's got 22.
22 of the 40. Zaustowski all the way, lays it in. That's not bad body control either.
He's got 15.
40-39. He had, what, two?
Two at half.
At halftime. 40-39. Up top, Lesso. Lesso, baseline left corner. Norton, a three ball. All net for Carter Norton. And a timeout called by Troy Norton. It's a full timeout. We'll hang right here. 43-39. Mount Blue by 4 with 1:15 to go in the third. Let's do a game reset, sponsored by Midstate Machine. If you're looking for a career, check out the Machinist Development Program at midstateusa.com. 11-11 at the end of one. Second quarter, Mount Blue outscored Skowhegan 16-11. Actually ran out to an 8-point lead, then a 9-point lead. Lawrence closed it to 5 at the break here in the fourth quarter, or third quarter. We haven't gotten to the fourth quarter yet. We'll get there. But Lawrence has closed it to 1 on a couple of occasions, but a 3 just now by Norton has made it 4. That's where we are here after this Mount Blue timeout. 1:15 to go in the third, 43-39 Mount Blue. Game reset brought to you by Midstate Machine.
And the first half, only 4 players scored for the Cougars. Obviously, 16 scored by Sterling. He's got 6 here, but getting some more contributions to kind of match is now Zaustowski specifically starting to warm up for the Bulldogs.
All right, here's Zaustowski. Lunt going to come back in. Zeb Hanna, too. In the corner to Kurian. Kurian to the elbow, between the legs, back outside, now on the right to Proctor. Proctor on Lesso, hands it off to Zaustowski. Zaustowski, little shake, little bake, spins in on Lesso, fades away on Lesso, got the roll. 43-41, it's 2. Mount Blue with the ball and the lead. Here's Sterling to Norton. Norton back on the right to Abel. Oh, check that. Stevens was there too, and Stevens with the pass. Now Abel in the corner. That's where they want him for 3. He can shoot it. You got to get a hand in his face. Tyler Abel has hit some big threes in this one. 46-41. Let's see if Lawrence holds. 22 seconds left. Zaustowski popping out up top. Kurian. Now to Hamlin. Michael reverses to the front, and out near midcourt, it's Zaustowski. Clock at 10. He and Sterling, they clear out. Zaustowski with 5, with 4, got it back. A long one. It was no good from the get-go. You could tell that didn't have enough. And Mount Blue gets it back to 5. We go to the fourth. The score after 3, Mount Blue Cougars 46, Lawrence Bulldogs 41. The fourth quarter next on the score.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course Hammond delivers from any of their locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
19-19. Each team scored 19 in the third quarter. We go to the fourth here at Folsom Gym in Fairfield. It's 46-41. Lawrence able to get within 1 on a couple of occasions in the third, but a late close by Mount Blue, including a 3 by Tyler Abel, has it back up to 5 as we get ready to go to the fourth. I don't think anybody has more than 2 fouls, if memory serves me correctly.
No.
So not an issue there. All right, Kurian, Hanna, Lunt, Proctor, Zaustowski, Sterling, Stevens, Abel, Norton, and I'm missing one. Lesso, my friend Nolan Lesso, not Nolan Lesso.
That headband, man, makes him invisible.
That's right. Norton, that's his superpower. And that's an offensive foul on Norton, who can't believe it. And it's a turnover here.
Again, Z-Man got called on the same end down here. You extend that arm, that's what the ref's going to see, and you put yourself in a not friendly situation.
Yep. Kurian. Give and go. There's Hanna. Hanna goes up, missed the shot. You got to knock that one down. All kinds of bodies flying all over the place looking for the loose ball, and Norton comes away with it. Hanna's got to finish that.
Yeah,
Sterling. On the elbow, steps back, fires for three. All net for Evan Sterling. 49-41, it's 8. This is as big as it's been a while.
He's got 25.
Zaustuski hooks a pass in the corner. It's a bad pass. It's out of bounds.
And that's a rough situation to see in the replay here. Nah, he held up, so there was not going to be a charge, but he kind of got himself caught there, especially when he went up in the air.
All right, Michael Hamlin back in for Lawrence. He's had a quiet night, too. It's been an almighty struggle for Lawrence offensively. They come out and trap Sterling. Less so. Baseline to Abel. Abel leans in, and that's ice cream right there. And guess what? It's 10 for the first time tonight. Largest lead of the game for Mount Blue. And Lawrence needs to stop it right here. Proctor runs the baseline, scoops it up, doesn't go, but he's going to the line. Can't let this get any more away from you than it is right now at 10. (51-41). Shot is up.
No bueno.
And it is no good. I apologize. I was looking down for a second.
It did not hit anything.
Okay. That one hits.
That one
goes through that circle thing with the net at the bottom.
I'll say that one didn't hit anything either, but the good version of it.
Right. 51-42. We get a timeout after the made free throws. 6:56 remaining. Gives us time to update you on the schedule, which is huge here for the rest of the week. We have a night down tomorrow night, then Thursday, 2 versus 3, Hamden Academy and Messalonsky in boys action on Thursday at 6:30. Back here Friday night for a doubleheader of Coney and Lawrence, the girls at 5:30, the boys at 7. In Farmington Saturday night for another doubleheader. This Skowhegan at Mount Blue, 4:30 and 7. All this week here on The Score. Find their schedule at centralmainsports.com or 1160thescore.com.
And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube as well. Find us on all social media, Central Maine Sports, so you can see the awesome Candace Parent dedication.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the Candace Parent tribute, please go and take a look at it. Beautifully done by Sean Packard, our digital director. Proctor went down, and he's hurt. Proctor went down, and he's asking the official for a timeout. He is out of the play. And finally, if he hit his head or not, I don't know if we've got a replay of what happened to Lucas Proctor.
Got tangled up there. Let's show you again, Mike.
He went down hard. Let's see if we can see. I
don't think he caught his head. It just seemed like he kind of caught himself there. And
yeah, he got his legs tangled up, went down on his left side. Trainer and Coach Jason Pellerin out there attending to Lucas Proctor.
Well, honestly, that reaction to me is the one where if anybody experienced knows how much it sucks. He hit, and you have your whereabouts about you, but you knock the wind out of yourself, and all of a sudden that feeling of that vacuum happens, and kind of that panic ensues. That's to me what it looked like.
Trainer Christy Mantelli looking at the right knee area, has his right knee bent up. Now straightening it out. I'm not a doctor, and I don't play one on TV or on a live stream, but they are definitely working on the right knee area. Now they bend that knee up, and he is still reluctant to place his foot flat. So we have an injury timeout here as Lucas Proctor gets looked at. Now they're going to help him up. And he needs some help. He's hurt, and you can see the grimace. Can we get a close-up of his face, Chaz? Yeah, he's hurting bad. Poor kid. Lucas Proctor's really hurting. You know when it gets to that young man is in significant pain.
Yeah.
So they'll take Lucas downstairs to the locker room. He'll be carried down by some of his teammates, so they're going to have to wait until those teammates come back upstairs because a couple of them are starters or regulars. So Brandon Watson comes back in, and Hannah and Kurian, who were helping along with Hamlin, they're back on the floor. So we're ready to go here, and we'll try to find out what we can about Lucas Proctor. It'll be a Lawrence ball. The Bulldogs are down 9, and they need to make a run, and they need to make it now. Mount Blue has dominated here in the fourth quarter. Zaustowski, a runner, does not go, wasn't even close, and Stevens clears the rebound. Here is Sterling. Sterling up the right. Sterling stops, hands it off to Norton, back to Sterling. Sterling will back it out, and this is smart by Mount Blue. No need to force anything. They've got a big lead, not a big lead, a significant lead, and that's out of bounds, and it's off Mount Blue. They've got a significant lead. So take your time, work it around. That's out of bounds. It'll be a Lawrence ball, and the Bulldogs need to make a basket.
Yeah, you got to find good looks there. Sterling kind of helped you out a little bit. He kind of forced that one. Lawrence got to make him pay.
The drive by Hamlin. It's up. It's in. He just had it hang on the rim and fall in. A needed hoop there. 51-44 at 7. Right side Norton. Guarded by Kurian. Gets a pick from Stevens. No roll. Norton top of the circle. Stops on the left. Has Sterling right behind him. Now he finally sees him. Gets him the ball. Sterling guarded by Watson. Sterling circles to the top now to Abel. Abel fakes, goes on Lunt, baseline to Lesso, back to Abel. Abel knocks Lunt down, and Lunt takes the harm and draws the foul. All right, Lawrence gets an offensive foul. Again, they need to cash.
I got to credit Lunt there because before Lesso, ditched the ball and then got it back, Lunt backed off because the contact leaned into him, so then when he fell down, I think it sold it even more.
Hamlin, top of the circle, guarded by Lesso, left side to Zaustowski, and the pivot to Watson. Watson to the top to Lunt. Lunt drives, shut off, traveled.
Certainly
Gavin Lunt is having one of those nights.
And just got caught there with the double team, drug his feet.
5:10, time is a-wasting for the Bulldogs. Sterling. Left side to Abel. Popping out is Stevens at the top. Stevens takes it to the right, to the cut, and Sterling slams it down gently but firmly. And it's 53-44.
He's got 27, Mike.
He's got more than half of their points. Lunt. Left side to Kurian. Kurian to Watson. Up top to Z. 4-3. No. Air ball. Zaustowski had a surge in the third, but that has not carried over to the fourth. And now Sterling is going to waste some time. And he is good at that. Left side to Norton. Norton drives. No sense forcing it. Out to Sterling. Had an open three for a second there, and then he turned it over. Nope, it's out of bounds off Lawrence.
You got to be careful there. He's trying to create some space there, but Watson able to get a hand in there and at least knock it out of bounds. Stays with Mount Blue, but easily could have gone the other way.
All right, Norton looking to get it into Sterling. Sterling hands it off to Abel. Abel backs it out. Foul line left, Lesso. Fakes, drives, goes in. Oh, what a great play by Nolan Lesso. That was some beautiful stuff there. 55-44, largest lead of the game for Mount Blue at 11. Hamlin for three. No, front rimmed it, rebound Norton. And it is slipping away from the Bulldogs. Sterling over the timeline, looks to Coach Norton, and Coach Norton says, let's talk about it. Takes a timeout. It's a full. We'll take it to 3:42 to go in the third. Mount Blue in the catbird seat. It's Mount Blue 55, Lawrence 44. Back after this on the score.
Manchester Motors is your official Coyote tractor dealer. If you work the land, you just got to be a jack of all trades type. There's just too much to do. So if you got to be a welder or a farmer or a ditch digger, that's just who you are that day. Then tomorrow, you can be somebody else. Find your Coyote tractor at Manchester Motors, 1031 Western Avenue, Manchester.
Do you need to replace your old, worn-out windows? Then you need to call Renewal by Andersen today. We're the replacement window division of Andersen, which means you can get your project started right away by scheduling a free in-home consultation. Ask your consultant about pricing options, including our 1-year price lock guarantee quote. Call now to schedule your free design consultation. This fantastic money-saving deal with great financing ends soon. Installation is always included. Call now.
Mike Violet, AJ Knight, our score crew back here in Fairfield at Folsom Gym. 3:40 to go in the fourth quarter. Mount Blue with the ball in the lead, and they've spread it out. They lead 55-44. Sterling, top of the circle now to Abel on the weave to Lesso on the sidelines. Lesso, left corner, Norton jacks a three, rattles in and out, rebound boxed around, comes down to Watson. Ahead for Zaustuski, now to Kurian. Need some quick shots here for Lawrence. Kurian to Z. Zaustuski, not much time to fiddle around with it here. You got to shoot the ball. Watson, Hamlin, open look three. Yes, it rolls in. And a timeout by Coach Pellerin. A 30 makes it 55-47 on the Hamlin three.
Yeah, I'm curious here, Coach Pellerin. I think this time it's got to be about how they're going to heat up the ball, right?
Yes.
Because obviously Mount Blue still with an 8-point lead, in no hurry to take a shot.
Well, you see Jason Pellerin in the huddle right now talking it over. Making his point. And the point made. Zaustuski, Watson, Lunt, Kurian, and Hamlin. Lawrence is starting five. Mount Blue with their starting five. Lesso, Sterling, Abel, Stevens, Norton. Lesso to put it into play to Sterling. Sterling rolls up over the timeline. A stutter step, has an open look to the basket, goes in, missed. Got a little fancy at the end there, probably didn't need to, and that ball ends up getting blasted by Tyler Abel, and it ends up out of bounds. Was there a foul in the process? Yeah.
I think they're going to get Sterling for a reach.
Yep. So that is, I can't see the board. Is that 4 fouls, does it say?
Yes,
on
sir.
Mount Blue? All right, 4-0. So we'll see if Lawrence can exploit that a little bit. Maybe score after being fouled. Boy, that one from way, way downtown. That was from Waterville, and it was too far away. Zaustuski with a 3-ball air ball, and it's a Mount Blue ball.
I know that's his game, but I think especially if you just got the three off of some penetration and kick to Hamlin runs, you can get that three, I think, almost any time.
All right, that's out of bounds. Off whom? It's out off Zaustuski. Good hustle by Dane. Sterling showing some soccer skills there.
That was a nice job.
Into Sterling. Stops on the elbow. Lobs for Lesso. Lesso lays it. No! He blows the bunny. Gets the putback, though.
Coach Pellerin not happy about that. You get a miss there, but then Lesso, the only one, goes back up to get it.
57-47. It's going to take a whale of a comeback. Lunt stops, fires, no. He's been off all night, and Lesso eats up that rebound. Here's Sterling. Mount Blue looking to put it away. Lesso to Sterling on the give and go. Under up, blocked by Zaustuski. Troy Norton wants a foul. Ball rolls over to Watson, shovels ahead to Kurian, and a foul on Norton. This is going to be free throws for Lawrence, and a chance to score with the clock stopped. That puts Mount Blue over the limit. So Brandon Watson going to the line. The 6'4 senior. Has he been there tonight? They haven't been much.
Yeah, in the first, he split a pair in the first.
All right, hits that one, so he's 2 out of 3. 57-48. It's 9. 1:53 to go. Second one short, rebound Lesso. Stripped by Lunt, but it goes out of bounds off Lunt. And Lesso will put it into play. Looking for somebody to flash open. Finally, Abel does. Back to Lesso. Lesso, jump pass over to Abel. They break it over the timeline, and he is fouled from behind by Hamlin. Why not? You've got 4, now 3 fouls to give. Able to put it into play on the right sideline. 1:42 to go. Mount Blue has led all the way other than 2-0. Lawrence scored the first hoop of the game. Mount Blue tied it at 2, and then the Cougars, they tied it at 2, then Lawrence hit a free throw to make it 3-2, and since that time, I keep looking at my notes and things keep changing. Lawrence had an 11-9 lead. That was their last lead. So there you go. In it goes to Stevens, now to Abel. Abel is fouled by Gavin Lunt. So the last time Lawrence had the lead was 11-9. Mount Blue tied it, and they have led since the first make, which was a 3 of the second quarter. And we have a 30-second timeout called by Troy Norton with 1:34 to go. His team with the ball up 9, 57-48.
Yeah, because Lawrence obviously making sure that Sterling doesn't get the ball, so obviously he's not going to take the free throws. Sterling tonight's 3 for 3. The only other player that's attempted free throws for Mount Blue, they were 5 for 7 in the first half. They haven't attempted free throws in the second, was Charles Stevens. He hit 2 and then he missed 2, so he split 4. Nobody else has attempted tonight.
All right, 57-43 as we check in on the
48.
Mount Blue huddle. 57-48, thank you, as we were watching the Mount Blue huddle and the last-minute instructions from Troy Norton. Lesso to put it into play. Nolan gets it into Norton. And he is over and back.
His toe touched. You'll see. He pleads his case. Sorry, you can't. Based on our replay, you can't because Zalstuski's in the way. But from our vantage point, that foot was clearly past the line.
All right, Lawrence with 1:33 to work with Hamlin. To Zalstuski, it's tipped out of bounds by Lesso. So they'll put it into play in the corner now, right where it went out in the front court. Hamlin into Kurian, and he lost it.
That's just kind of how it's gone tonight for Lawrence.
Mount Blue ball. They look like they're having a meeting over there, don't they?
Reminds me of what my dad would say about a good wide receiver in the NFL. I'd cover him getting off the bus.
Yes. And Sterling is, in fact, covered getting off the bus there and fouled because Lawrence has that foul, and that is the 4th foul on Michael Hamlin, the 4th on the team, so both teams are at the limit now. Handoff to Abel. Rolls around to the right, 1:20 to go. Abel got it back from Lesso. Now gets it back to Lesso, 2 on none. And Lunt will go up, lays it in left-handed. 57-50. 3-possession game and a foul by Lunt, and going to the line here will be Tyler Abel. $1:07 to go. And if you're Lawrence, you're hoping for a couple of misses.
They got a rebound, though. Unofficially, they've been out-rebounded tonight, 33-18.
Ouch. That is lopsided. Abel at the line. Misses.
That helps.
It doesn't hurt, that's for sure. Stays 57-50, 1:07 left. One more for Abel, the 6'1 junior. Dips, fires, hits. Hits 1 out of 2, it's 8. Right corner, Kurian, a 3-ball swish! 58-53. Sterling over the timeline. In the corner to Norton, he saved it. No, he didn't! It goes to Lawrence. Mount Blue turned it over.
Oh, buddy.
All right, here's Kurian to Hamlin. To Lunt on the right. Whips it backdoor. Zalstuski hits! 58-55! And Lawrence takes a timeout. It is now a one-possession game, and I think it was just a matter of seconds ago when I said it was a three-possession game.
We know one thing for sure, this Lawrence team in this gym, crazy things can happen, and all of a sudden Mount Blue, when they were up.
There's Jason Pellerin in the huddle.
In double digits, Mount Blue wasn't really playing the most patient. They just had a big enough lead that they were kind of getting away, driving it, not really forcing it. Lawrence eats up all those fouls, and all of a sudden, turning it over, not making good plays.
And now you see the Rowdies getting after it, trying to do what they do, which is practice general rowdyism. All right, Mount Blue ball after the shot by Zaustowski, 58-55. Lesso to put it into play, 45.2. Into Norton. Norton up the right, stops in the back, over to Lesso. Now ahead he goes to Abel. Abel, back to Norton, back to Lesso, or check that to Abel, now to Sterling, clock at 32. You don't want to foul him, into Norton, but they do, or fouled somebody anyway, and this will be shots.
And I think Lawrence got what they wanted. Sterling did not handle the ball at all, trying to bring it up past half court.
But
nice job by Mount Blue.
They do eventually get it to him, and he is fouled, and it's two shots here for Evan Sterling. And he missed. Front rimmed it.
Credit the Rowdies on that one.
I'm sure they'll take credit. 58-55. 28.8. Sterling missed them both. Rebound Zaustowski. 25 seconds. Kirian to Zaustowski. Steps back for three. No. Rebound is cleared by Abel. This place would have gone nuts, and Sterling fouled by Zaustowski. That's the shot you wanted and the guy you wanted to take it. But you could tell we had a line on it. It did not have the eyes right out of his hands. And Troy Norton wants to talk it over to make sure here. Sterling just missed two free throws to set up Lawrence's opportunity. And now he's going back to the line.
Man, and that's probably the best look Zaustowski's gotten all night. Did a nice job getting Sterling up off his feet.
Sterling went for the up fake. Zaustowski had the look, but he was off as soon as it left his hand. Unlike the other day with Ryan Parent, when as soon as we saw him, because we had the same sight lines, you knew that thing had the eyes.
Yeah, that one, Zaustowski, it's weird because it's not even the half, right? Third quarter, he went nuts. He scored 15 points. 15 points in the third quarter, and has just been oppositely cold in the fourth. Back to cold as he was in the first half.
Yeah, Lunt and Hamlin have had a cold night from the get-go. Zaustowski had a big third quarter. That's about it. And Evan Sterling with a chance to make this a two-possession game with 15 seconds exactly to go. Sterling at the line, both teams over the limit. Evan Sterling, the senior ready, dips, shoots, hits. 59-55. One more for Sterling. On the way, missed. Rebound though, Stevens! Stevens pulls down the offensive board, and a disgusted Jason Pellerin takes a walk down the end of his bench. And two shots here for Charles Stevens, the 6'2 senior. Zeb Hanna's going to come in.
Yeah, it was Hamlin's fifth.
Ah, okay. So Charles Stevens can really put this one out of reach. In and out. One more for Stevens, 12.6. Short, rebound, box around, Sterling comes away with it, puts it up and in. Good night. 61-55, a three. It was blocked, I believe, by Sterling, and that is all she wrote. The Mount Blue Cougars finished strong here tonight, and they bounced back after their first loss of the season and beat Lawrence on their home floor by 6. Final score in this one, Mount Blue Cougars 61 and the Lawrence Bulldogs 55. A timeout. We'll come back, our post-game show, our score, player of the game, and more after this.
I came for a visit, and I just fell in love with it.
They just want to see you be you and just excel.
There's a lot of opportunities here.
It really gives me time to figure out what I want to do with my life.
It's a good stepping stone to get to where you want to be.
The tuition is definitely part of what brought me here.
Credits transfer, that's huge, especially for a community college when you're trying to figure out what you want.
CM's the best place. Honestly, it's the best place. You got to be here to experience it.
At PJ Diggs, they know septic systems. Maybe your existing system is failing or it's a new house lot. You need new installation. Call PJ Diggs. They can bring their site evaluator to design the right septic system. Headed to camp? Ditch the outhouse for a newly installed system. How about a septic system for your campsite? Imagine your own private campground. Already have a septic design? PJ Diggs can install it for you. Call 431-4299. That's 431-4299. At PJ Diggs, they know septic systems. 131 Hinkley Road, Canaan.
Notice the price of gas and oil lately? Thinking about a pellet stove? Pellets are a renewable resource that are economical, and pellet stoves don't have to be ugly or loud. Come talk to us at Somerset Stone & Stove. Let us explain why now is the best time to have your pellet stove installed. Wouldn't you love to have a gas stove or fireplace designed for your home? Let Somerset Stone & Stove design and install a Regency gas stove or fireplace that is just right for you. Let us customize your Regency gas stove or fireplace while you enjoy the beauty and warmth. Visit Somerset Stone & Stove in Oakland.
Casella Waste. You see their trucks everywhere all the time. That's because they're out taking care of customers like you. Roll-off dumpsters, they've got them 15 to 50 yards. And they're in your neighborhood picking up the trash so you don't have to worry about it. Weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly from 2 to 10 yards. Casella Waste will also deliver portable toilets when and where you need them. And they offer septic services. Call to learn more about Casella Waste. 872-8257. 872-8257 for Casella Waste.
Over 30 years ago, Paul and John A. Bowen set out on a mission to help aging Mainers stay in their own homes. Assistance Plus grew from their passion, dedication, and integrity where clients come first. Today, Assistance Plus serves not only the elderly, but clients with developmental and behavioral health challenges. Assistance Plus is here for you today and through all points of your life.
Mike Violet back here post-game at Folsom Gym in Fairfield, where the Mount Blue Cougars have just finished off the Lawrence Bulldogs. Final score 61-55. My friend Evan Sterling is here. He's our score player of the game. First of all, Evans, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Congratulations on 1,000 points last week. We were there in Oakland. That was a funny night. You had 17 points, and it took a while to get 1,000, and you look like you were very relieved to get that in the rearview mirror.
For sure, very relieved.
Was it something you gave a whole lot of thought about going into the game? You needed, 4 to get 1,000?
I was definitely thinking about it a lot pre-game.
Yeah, well, it's good that you got it out of the way, and we were wondering how you guys would bounce back from loss. You've been off for a week, and we have the answer. You bounced back pretty well. You had 30 points tonight, 30 of 61, so you almost scored half of your team's points. Lawrence is tough to play here, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, for sure. The environment is very...
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, those rowdies are rowdy over there, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
So Lawrence closed a couple of times, got within one on a couple of occasions. What Coach Norton say when the screws got a little tight there?
He knew. I think Coach Norton knew that we were going to make plays when we needed them, and we came out and just made plays. We obviously had some turnovers that we would like to tighten up in the fourth quarter, but when we needed to play, we made a play.
After the loss to Messalonsky last week, what Coach Norton say? I mean, it's great to go undefeated.
Yeah.
Being 13-1 now is not a bad thing either, but what did Coach Norton say after the loss?
As a team, we don't think the loss was the worst thing for us.
Right.
To tighten up, practice this week was really hard. We were all real focused in for this game, and I think that showed today.
Yeah, you've had a week off, and I know you were a little banged up there in the Messalonsky game, too, because you sat out the final few minutes, and you look like you're a little nicked up here and there, so a week off had to feel good.
For sure, yeah. I got the ankle brace on today.
Yeah? How's that feeling?
Feeling really good, yeah. Not bad.
So we have our swag bag that we give our score players of the game, the swag bag from Central Maine Community College in Auburn. We have some delicious sparkling ice for you in there. Also a gift card from Sonny's Pizza in Fairfield as well for you, Evan. So
sounds good.
Congratulations, young
Thank
man.
you.
Appreciate you coming up and talking to us. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Evan Sterling of Mount Blue, our score player of the game. Thank you, Evans. We'll take a timeout, come back, finish this thing up right after this on The Score.
Whittemore & Sons, your Coyote tractor dealer. Dependable sales and service for over 50 years. We are located on the Waterville Road in Skowhegan. Sales and service by a family who cares.
Oh, please start.
You wouldn't allow your car to bypass its maintenance, would you?
Hey, Jen, would you look this up on your computer? Oh, wish I could. This office computer is so slow.
How about your computer maintenance? Trust the pros at Computer Improvements. They can come on site or stop by, handling general maintenance, antivirus protection, hardware upgrades, and Computer Improvements can set you up with solid-state hardware memory, giving your operating system wicked fast response time due to less moving parts, so your day isn't like this. Contact Computer Improvements to schedule your service today. Computer Improvements, downtown Skowhegan.
Dixon's Country Market on the Neck Road, Benton has it all. Sunoco gas and 24-hour diesel, plus a jam-packed store with what you need to grab and go. And so much succulent food. Huge sandwiches, delicious wraps, and hand-tossed fresh dough-loaded pizza. They have drinks, snacks, fresh meat and cheese in their deli counter, plus local Lively's products that won't cost you a lot of money. And remember those whoopie pies? Delightful, delicious Dixon's Country Market in Benton, supporting local high school sports.
All right, Mike Violet, AJ Knight back here live post-game as the Mount Blue Cougars go to 13-1. They win it 61-55. Pretty much in control since the beginning of the second quarter. It was 11-11 at the end of one. Mount Blue outscored Lawrence 16-11 in the second quarter, led by 5 at the break. Each team scored 19 in the third quarter. We went to the fourth, 46-41. Mount Blue outscored Lawrence 15-14 in the fourth quarter, and just was able to sort of keep them at arm's length. Even when it got to 1, Lawrence never could make that play, make that shot, do that thing they needed to do to get them over the hump and get them to take the lead, which they didn't have since it was 11-9 late in the first quarter.
Yeah, it helps too when you have a game breaker, a leader, a playmaker, whichever cliche you want to use sports-wise, like Evan Sterling, who finished his game-high 30 points, was able to navigate those moments. Though, credit to Mount Blue. I think the difference actually in the second half as opposed to what he did, and I don't want to take away, again, 30 points. He just became a 1,000-point career scorer. He's an outstanding player by all our interactions as well. Very outstanding gentleman as well. But I thought the rest of the team really stepped up in the second half where you had 16 points for Sterling at the half, 16 of 27. He finished with 30 of 61, so he finished with half, but not the same ratio. Abel finished with 16. Lesso got into double digits as well. He finished with 10. So the other players, I think, helped down the stretch contribute enough to get out of here.
Good complementary scoring from players aside from Evan Sterling. So when you get 16 out of Abel like that and you get Lesso in double figures, Mount Blue's, the bench is short, but when Sterling scores 30 of 61, when he scores 49.8% or whatever it is of your points, the bench doesn't need to be that lengthy.
Well, too, coming off, like we said, the Messalonsky one, I don't want to take anything away from Messo. I think they were hyped up for that game. I think it was going to be good no matter what. But facts is facts. Mount Blue was playing their third game in 4 days. They got a week off for this one, and I think with a week off, obviously, you have the ability to ride that starting 5 a whole lot longer, and I think they did, and they were able to get out of Fairfield. Unfortunately, a win for Mount Blue, unfortunately for Lawrence, kind of the same old story.
Can't finish.
Again, that's another game, another one of their losses. All of them have been by 13 points or less. This is now, I think, 5 of 8, 5 of 9. By single digits. They've played with everybody. They just have struggled to close them all.
Just haven't played well enough with everybody. So we go from one wing dinger tonight to another potential wing dinger on Thursday night. Messalonsky taking on Hamden Academy. It's the 3 hosting the 2, 6:30 here on Thursday night on The Score. Then we're back here Friday night for a doubleheader of Coney and Lawrence, 5:30 and 7. And then we are in Farmington on Saturday night for a double dip, Saturday afternoon and night actually, for Skowhegan at Mount Blue. The girls at 4:30. They'll be a between-game ceremony. The boys will tip off at 7 o'clock. So that's going to do it for us here tonight from Folsom Gym in Fairfield. For Sean Packard on our graphics tonight, Chaz Wing, our videographer tonight, and for AJ Knight, I'm Mike Violet saying so long and good night from Folsom Gym in Fairfield. Final score tonight, Mount Blue Cougars go to 13-1, Mount Blue 61, and Lawrence 55.
Thanks for tuning in to The Score. In case you don't want to miss the next one, subscribe, like, and hit the bell to stay informed. This is the place for free local high school sports, The Score. And it's been brought to you by Central Maine Community College, Central Maine Motors Auto Group, Hammond Lumber Company, Mid-State Machine, Whittemore & Sons, Somerset Stone and Stove, 201 Tire Battery and Service, PJ Diggs, Renewal by Anderson, Assistance Plus, Computer Improvements, Dixon's Country Market, and by Casella Waste.